Hello. Welcome to another episode of Ouch My Money. I am Denise and I have with me, I don't know who's going to come on. Chunho. Hello, Chunho. I forgot to fix my hair before the show.
Yeah.
I thought you said you changed your... I see you have headsets on now. So we are going to hear you.
I haven't. Actually, I did headset for a while. I mean, I think the last session I created a lot of feedback. I don't know, horrible noises when I was talking. So I tested out this headphone. I had it for a while. I just never was able to connect it to the PC. I was able to connect it to my phone for a while, but I had a lot of issue connecting to the PC. Then I realized I was connecting the wrong icon. That's why it didn't work. So I got it working. So we're going to use this, and I think I'm going to sound a little bit different. It's by Bluetooth. In case I got disconnected, you guys have to let me know because I'm not sure if I know.
Yeah, I'll be like, Chuno. Oh, impatient. Impatient doctors. Hello, how are you today? Wow, that was a good one. Damn it. That's our last guest, but not last guest. Hi, Rachel.
Hello. What happened just now? I missed it.
What happened? About what? Which one?
When Douglas came on.
Shall we do it again? I was like, hello, Douglas, how are you? I think then he did it like instantaneous reply, and he did it like very loudly. Like,
oh my god! Now I regret asking y'all to repeat it. Okay.
You never know what's gonna happen. Dun dun dun. Okay, today we are going to talk about something did we like brush up against it last week? You know, last week we had a viewer, our friend actually, Bruce, and then he was talking about surviving and all that, and then we started talking about buying stuff and how people in our current society.
Yes, we did. Yes. And then he asked about that, and I actually said something like lifestyle creep, isn't it?
Yes, lifestyle creep. And then we're talking about consumerism and things like that, right? And then we're trying to find the article that our dear Chunho posted. Obviously,
no, I didn't post. Did I post? Yeah, I did.
You did?
No, yes, I did.
You did, is it? Oh, this is the one. No, it's not you. It's Wen Kai. Wrong credit.
Yeah, Wen Kai posted. I shared it, and then Wen Kai posted it in Slack.
Yeah. So basically, there was this article about Singapore's Gen Z. Seems the trend is that they are, because last week we actually talked about how borrowing can be a good thing if you use it wisely, right? Because last week's topic was about how the rich would take loans so that they can get tax rebates and things like that. That was last week's topic, right? So this week we are going in from another angle about certain people. So sometimes borrowing may not be so good, apparently. According to Central Bank, Singapore's Gen Z are borrowing too freely, and it's causing quite a bit of worry, especially now that Singapore has BNPL service. Basically, it's called Buy Now, Pay Later. But it's not the same as a credit card. It's other. I think you all may have known us, for viewers who are with us. There are some apps like Rely at home who offer installment-free payments. So it's called Buy Now, Pay Later. A kind of credit, right? Okay, Chunho, since you're the one who posted this up, do you still remember this article?
Yeah, of course.
Do you want to talk a little bit about it, like a bit of context and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I actually know about these buy now, pay later apps. Not in Singapore. Actually, it started a lot. It started in the UK, the US, and Australia first. I think one of the company that I know of in the earlier days was Affirm, AFFIRM. It's from overseas. I can't remember, is it UK or Australia? I can't remember which is. But it offers all these buy now, pay later options. I mean, for us who actually use credit cards, we're like, what's the difference? The difference is this. The key difference is this. This is an app, and actually, the millennials, the younger generations who are also mobile savvy, they are more used to having these things on the app, and then they actually were attracted to it easier than credit cards, because everybody have stories about credit cards. And the other thing is, you actually can sign up an account and open an account instantly. It's unlike credit cards, you got to apply, then they go through credit check and da. Sometimes you take like, I don't know, a week or sometimes a few days. Some promise a few days, but whatever it is, there are some credit checks. But this one is instant. The credit limit may be a little lower, but you can have an account readily, and then you can buy things, and then you pay for it over a few months on installment. Some of them, the earlier ones, I understand from a firm, they have interest. They actually pay some interest. But I think now with the competition going on, most of them actually are interest free. And there's no annual fee, unlike credit cards. Of course, a lot of us actually can get our credit card annual fee waived because we spend a certain amount. But this one is no interest, no annual fee, so you don't have to even worry. You don't have to go and call them and all that stuff. And if you miss a payment, you have late. Of course, for buy now, pay later, if you miss a payment, you have got to pay interest lah. And if you continue don't pay, they'll just shut your account, and then they'll chase you for money. But of course, there will be bad debts. But these apps, the buy now, pay later apps, they take the risk. So merchants love it. Merchants will work with them because they can get people to start buying things, and then pay later. And it's easy. I mean, you go to the shop and then you want to buy something, and then you don't have a credit card, or your credit card is maxed out. You can instantly open an account on the spot and then just buy. It's that simple. So merchants love it. Of course, merchants pay a fee to these companies lah. So that's where they
buyers,
actually get the
right?
money from. Huh?
But not the buyers.
Yeah,
right?
not the buyers. It's similar to credit cards, where most of the credit cards company actually make money from the fee that they charge the merchants, and merchants will do it because they get their merchandise sold. So that's why it's catching on now. So that's
maybe I can share my experience. I've used it once before. There was once few months back, beginning of last year, I walked into a shop in the mall, and I was just buying something. I think it's only 30 plus. And then there's a promoter there who asked me, hey, do I want to sign up for this buy now, pay later app? I forgot what's the app. I forgot what's the name of the app. But so they say, oh, there's 20% discount. Then I was like, okay. So end up, I signed up, got the 20%, but I didn't like the idea of having to pay for the item over a period of 3 months. It's only 30 plus 40. Can you imagine paying such a small amount over 3 months? So then I took the discount, and after 1 month, I paid in full and clear it. Yeah, that's this option that's available too. So for me, I don't really like the idea of dragging it over a few months. But that's just
but really the app really got you what they wanted you to do.
Just buy.
No, which is to install the app. The merchant got you to buy, but the app got you to install them. Okay, the person who actually developed the app got you to install them, and that's good enough for them.
Yes, for the 20% discount, yes.
Are you only worth 20% of $30?
No, but I got the discount. Then I paid it off in full. Then uninstall it.
Yeah, you sold
She
yourself.
uninstalled it.
Oh no!
It's not their target market.
You're not the target market. They don't want you to uninstall. They want you to have it on your phone so that they can still follow you. And then in case you need to use it again, you can still use it. That's what they want you to do. Yeah. They don't want you to uninstall it.
So she saw the document. She's like, oh, I can install for 30%. And then okay, uninstall. That's a good thing. I also have experience.
Yeah, no, I want to say my objective achieved. 20% uninstall.
Yeah.
Okay.
I realized my experience was with a tome, I think. And I use it to buy my chairs, which are not Secret Lab, by the way. But I use it to buy them. And I realized it's very funny, maybe because I'm from the generation where we are taught nothing ever comes for free. There is no free lunch in the world. So when I realized that there was ad and it was 0% interest, I was very curious. Like, number one, my first thing was 0% interest. I've only heard of it from banks, right? But that's a reputable kind of company establishment. But for this, I was a bit skeptical. Like, what if I give them my credit card details and all that? Because they will require that they charge it to a credit card. So I was thinking, what if I give them the credit card details and it turns out they're some shady company and like not the bank which I can trust. So in the end, basically that was my resistance towards it. Like, it's too good to be true. So I thought it was maybe shady, but I did try it out lah, and it was legit. Okay. So that was good. But I realized I agree with Rachel about the the paying installments for very small sum of money, because I realized that for me it makes it harder for me to track my expenses. It's like I don't know, like, okay, I this month buy this thing, then next month buy this thing. So it ends and starts at different times, and that is very confusing for me, at least. So that was something that I wouldn't use unless it's for large ticket purchases or larger ticket purchases. So apparently, I think
having heard you say that, that's actually what some of the points that was brought up in the article, that it is hard for people to track their expenses, and that's why people then will be having a little more difficulty to manage their money. But then again, the merchants wants you to spend the money, okay? But at the same time, you're talking about small amounts, but the thing is that buy now, pay later, the credit limit is a little bit lower because the people that come out with the app cannot take that huge risk. It cannot give you like a 10K or 20K credit if you spend it, and then it's going to be a big hurt for them. So the credit limit is probably from, I don't know, I really don't know, $50 to maybe a few hundreds to
my one was 600 plus, 650 or so.
So it's about a few hundreds to probably 1,000 something. So that it's limited, so that the exposure is limited. But whatever the case it is, they want you to spend the money. That is the drive of all these things. Even credit cards, one is working with the merchants to get people to spend money, to consume.
For sure.
And there's a reason for that, because money makes the world go round. No.
It does. It absolutely does.
Yeah, in the current economy, it does.
Maybe Douglas will share more about that.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm going to be killed by a lot of people.
It's okay. You're going to be killed anyway.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Whether by natural causes or whatever.
No, he's going to die anyway. It's different from he's going to be killed anyway.
We can be killed by natural causes, but like our heart stopping, so our heart killed us. Is that
So it really started. If we look at the world today, and we talk about money makes the world go around, and that's the common phrase that a lot of people use, right? And say, okay, spend to spur the economy, okay, to move the economy. And if we look back, so that's truth to that. But if we look back at how all this started, it really started when the industrial age started. Okay, the industrial age was when factories were built, and people started going into factories and mass production started. Okay, so when mass production started, okay, we were producing goods, products, in far bigger quantities than ever before. And if you produce products in huge quantities, what are you going to do with them? You need people to buy them, to use them. Okay, and so that's when in order to move products, okay, there needed to be something done, okay, to make people buy. Okay, and so and that was really when consumerism started, which was really about moving products. Okay, so today in the world, okay, there are three groups of people. Okay, the first group of people, okay, and three groups of people divided by income lines. Okay, so you have the lower income, middle income, and the upper income. If you look at the upper income people, the people who earn a disproportionately huge percentage of money that's generated in the world, okay, compared to the rest of the population. So consumerism, okay, occurs mostly in the middle income band. Okay, because they have money, because this is a big group of people who have, not only do they have money, but they have some excess money, okay, which then can be utilized. Okay, and this group of people are also the people who are eligible, okay, for credit. Okay, because of their income levels. The lower income group really live day to day, paycheck to, okay, paychecks don't exist anymore, but paycheck to paycheck. Okay, they have no access to credit. Okay, and they can only spend on things based on what they have. Okay, so whatever they have, they spend, and that's it. But the middle income people, very interestingly, okay, have access to credit. Okay, and typically credit is two times to 8 times of their monthly income. Okay, so if you're like earning $5,000, you can be eligible to up to 8 times of your monthly income. That's $40,000. Okay, $35,000, which you do not have in any month. So the world, the economies, okay, use this mechanism, okay, to have this group of people spend money on things, okay, and the upper income group, okay, are the people who gain. Okay, the upper income group, okay, because of the upper income group are there in the upper income group because of the middle income group. Okay, so everything is around, okay, everything in the world, in economy, okay, you talk about GDP, you talk about growth of economies and all that, it all revolves around people spending money. Okay, and when you have people spending, when people who have 8 times available cash than they actually have access to 8 times amount, 8 times of their income, okay, there's a lot of cash that's available, and the thing is, if they do not know how to manage or utilize this, okay, they fall into a trap because they have no capacity to pay it off in any given month. And the banks love this. The banks love this because the banks don't only make money. Actually, the banks don't make money on the charges the merchants pay on credit cards. Okay, the banks make money on the 24% interest that the credit card holders pay because of the inability to pay the credit card bills on time. And if you really think about it, right, if you have 8 times credit, okay, so you have $5,000 have access and you spend $40,000 on $5,000 salary, okay, there's no way you can pay that off immediately. And every month there is an outstanding amount, okay, ka-ching for the bank. Okay, so banks really love, you know what banks really love? Okay, they don't love the people who are able to pay off their credit card bills and clear their credit card bills on a monthly basis. You know, the people they love, okay, are the people who can't. Are the people who are paying the 5% minimum sum. That's where they make them. And you do the math. You just do the math. Okay, you see, okay, for a $40 item, okay, from a merchant they'll make 2%. Okay, that's what $40 is. $40 is $8, right? $40, $8.
Wrong.
$40 is $8, right?
No,
How many percent?
that's 20%. 2% is 80 cents.
$40 is 20%. Okay, $40 is sorry. $40.
I'm like, why got so much? Yeah.
Okay, for $100 item they make $2. Okay, for $100.
You should have gone with the amount in the first place.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
For $100 item, they make $2 from a merchant. Okay, but if I spend that $100, okay, if I'm the credit card holder, I spend the $100, and I spend on many items at that's $100, and I only pay minimum sum, which is minimum sum for credit card, which is on $100 is 5%, which is $5. So I owe $95, and that $95 is subject to 2% a month. Okay, and over a year, so 2% a month, is one something, right? $95 is one something. Okay, and over 12 months, if I continue to incur this, okay, they're going to make a lot more money from me paying minimum sum, the consumer, than they are from the merchant. Okay, and so a lot of people are trapped, are in this trap. Get follow into this trap, and they just go round and round, okay, attempting to get out. Okay, but the thing also is, whilst the middle class is the target of consumerism, okay, not everybody gets caught in that trap, and the people who don't, okay, who recognize how this works, okay, will move from middle income into the upper income group, okay, based on what we were talking about. You know how to, the people who know how to make money know how to make their money work for them.
Yeah. So instead of spending the money on consumer goods that just because you want to
Do that.
you people don't understand do that. Just because you want to keep up with the Joneses, because it's the
Just
latest
say, "Oh,
fashion,
do that.
and you're going to keep up with the rich and the famous, and you do what they do, live how they live, show off your fashions, buy the latest sneakers and all
Can I
those
change
stuff,
something here?
and
You
that
spend like
beautiful
the rich and
bag.
famous, right? Sorry?
Yeah.
You
And
continue.
yeah. So if you do that and you keep buying all these things and you're going to keep up and then you're going to spend on credit, yeah, of course you won't have excess money to put somewhere away to grow that money, then you get stuck. But if you live within your means or below your means and have extra money where you put aside and make that money work for you, invest in a growing, a funds or a business or something that will make the money grow further. Assets. And with that, then you can slowly grow that money, and eventually you can move up that ladder to the upper income. And that's where the actual phrase of do what the rich and famous do is to actually do what they do by investing money, not live the way they live by being fancy clothes, fancy car, fancy this and fancy that, and latest fashion.
You can, but you must start by doing what they do to generate the income to then be able to live the life that they can
Yes.
live.
That was what I was going to say. So instead of spending like the rich and famous, you should spend like them when they were in your income bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to think about famous people like who? Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, when they were starting up their little startup and businesses, where were they? They are not spending money like this.
Obviously not. Because
Yeah,
I have a
you're
lot
not
of people
trying
who
to
tell
be-
me, like, they are like, oh, but I'm only doing this, I'm only doing that, it's just me, we're only starting. Then it's always the same thing, they all started from zero, right? I mean, most of them did. I'm not talking about those who had rich families to support them, but most of them did. They started with, it's the same. They started exactly the same as how anyone starts. Most people start with zero. They started with nothing. They started just one person doing something. That's it. And then slowly it grew. It didn't overnight suddenly become like $1 million, $1 billion empire, right?
except the Trumps. Okay.
I mean, those aside, like the Kardashians, example, where their family is rich, then it's a different story.
Don't talk about old money lah. Don't talk about old money. Talk about
Self-made money. That's a new
self-made.
term, right? Self-made money. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So anyway, consumer. That's what Douglas is talking about. Consumerism. That's consumerism. So, middle income people doesn't really need to fall into that. And we actually in a lot of our episodes we talk about this. How the world around us love to get the middle income to spend.
I think everybody, I think the
Advertise.
economy loves the middle income.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're just programmed by everything around us.
yeah. The media, the movies, I don't know, even now influencers are in that game. I mean,
Yeah, influencers.
no matter
especially.
where, how it turns. I mean, in the old days when industry first came about, it started off on radio, on posters.
So I have a question. What are the identifiers for a middle income so that people who are listening or watching this can identify themselves as part of the middle income group or not?
Is there a
Okay.
number? I'm definitely in the middle income group.
Wait.
I'm probably in the lower
You're talking about
middle
what? You're talking about physical number as a numerical number or criteria?
Qualities like not necessarily
Okay.
because number can be very deceiving to different people so could be qualities or actions or behaviors or I don't know anything.
Simple. One of the first thing is that a typical middle income person is a person who is an employee. Typical. Okay, typical. But then there's many class of and if you're employees and you take home a pay that you pay for your bills, and after that you still have excess that you can spend, you're likely in the middle income. Okay, so then there's a question of what you do with the excess money. And most merchants and most businesses want you to spend that money on them. Okay, don't save that money. You are worth it. You deserve this. Go and buy this brand new stuff. Now you have started working. You make your own money already. Now you have access to this. You still stay your parents. Never mind. You got this money. Now go and buy this new bag. Buy this new clothes. Look fashionable. Look, no. I don't know what you do there. I mean, all this whatever stuff and then after that, buy that new necklace, buy that new earring, new lipsticks, everything, new watch, and everything. Then when you get a pay rise, now you can afford to buy a car. Go and buy a car. You don't have to go in the public transport with squeeze with everybody. Just buy, spend the money. You have enough money to live with. Just spend. Okay, we love your money. Just spend.
I feel like it's like the consumerism Hitler like that. Spend, give me
Of
money.
course,
So if you have
they're most of the time they're not so in your face like Chunho is lah.
Of course not. They are
very subtle because in your face you will know it, but they're very subtle. They're very good at it.
I know many people who are in marketing and they say their job is to make a person's want become a need.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that's a good one.
And the marketers know this about human psychology.
Yeah.
People don't spend because they are rational. People spend based on emotions.
And they talk about something called the social economic standing, SES. So apparently that's something that plays your emotion. Like if you have a certain bag, you have a certain, we call it status, right? You have a certain bag, you have a certain car, you can do this, you can do that, then you raise your social economic standing by a bit, or that is the image that they portray lah. So I've got a lot of dubious friends in marketing.
And they will sometimes do a guilt trip on you too. Like, I mean, if you are a parent, especially, I read this in the book. If you are a parent, especially, this person, door-to-door salesman, selling vacuum cleaner. You go door-to-door, he tried selling, this is a brand new vacuum cleaner, it's so good, you will take, it's so easy to clean, it's so easy to dismantle, it's not effortless and all those stuff. And people are like, no, I'm not buying a new one. But then if they say, look, I see that you have kids at home. This brand new vacuum cleaner is very powerful, it's good, you will make the house clean easily. You got kids, right? You want the clean house for your kids, right?
The dust, right?
Yeah, you want them to get sick, right? And then bring all the dust, right? Okay, that works.
I will smack the shit out.
People will, it's a guilt trip, and people fall for that too. Because otherwise you're a bad parent.
Yeah.
There are so many people who are saying that about parents. And okay, I have this another topic for another day. Because a lot of mothers as my friends, so there's a lot of guilt tripping there. But yeah, it's true, guilt trips. I was going to actually, when just now we were talking about consumerism, I was thinking about the two groups that inspire. The most spending is usually women and kids.
Sorry, the what?
Women and kids. Yeah. So women, it's about looking good, right? Dolling up, being in trend, lipstick, mascara. At first, you start with mascara, right? When you first get your first job. Then when you get a pay raise, you go for a better mascara that doesn't run when you cry because you see your paycheck finish already, right? So you cry, then the mascara run. So after that, you get another pay rise. Oh, you got pay rise already. Lovely. So now instead of mascara, you go for eye extension, okay? Even when you sleep, you wake up, you chill already, okay? Then when you get, so there's a progression, and then it's just the eyes, then there's a lipstick, there's a makeup, there's a whatever lah, then for kids, it's the same lah, guilt trip. Like, there's not a comparison between parents also sometimes. Like you go to school and you see other people's kids, they're going for piano classes, golf classes, swimming classes, taekwondo classes, web classes, and yours is just sitting around at home. So then you feel guilty about it also lah. So these are the two. I think these are the two that's easiest.
Yeah, you know why? The thing is, for a very long time, for a very long time, women were the target consumer group for marketing. Okay, and so there are lots of ways that are very prevalent now on how to sell to women and how to sell to children. And for a very long time, men were a neglected demographic.
But wasn't that very old school? Isn't there more things catering to men?
Correct. Then the marketers realized, hey, there's
untapped market.
There's an untapped market. And if you notice, if you notice what marketing looks like for women, for children, for parents, and now for men, they have very different messages. Okay? And if you look around now, if you observe, you notice there's a lot more marketing that's targeted at men now as well. Okay, and then you see, okay, so once upon a time, and something very, very simple, okay,
face wash,
personal grooming. Okay, personal grooming used to be a very, with makeup and all that, right? Used to be a very women-focused effort, marketing.
Yeah.
But now, okay, they take the same products, they repackage, rebrand, and added masculinity to it, and it becomes for men.
Men can look good too.
But you know what's the thing? The truth is this. The truth is this. Most of those, what do you call it? What is the grooming products, right? you actually whatever ingredients is in there, you can use for both men and women, right?
Mm.
It's unisex one, but they will not.
Advertisement, they say the skin type is different.
You said
the pores are
advertisement.
Yes,
different.
that's what they want to tell you.
Yeah.
It is true. The men's skin and women's skin are different.
Yeah.
But
Slightly.
generally, if we can use on a woman's skin, which is more delicate, it can be used on the men's skin.
Mm.
Okay, they just want you to know that it's different, so they can buy another one.
You know that men's products cost more than women's products.
Yeah,
Depends on usually
depends on types.
Depends on the brand.
Some of them are actually more expensive. Yes.
Yeah, but
some.
but most of the time I see men's products are slightly cheaper.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, depends on maybe you go for the more higher end stuff. So I don't know. I'm looking at Nivea and stuff like that. Nivea stuff is generally
No. The Nivea for men one is actually more expensive than the general Nivea. There's a Nivea for men series is always more expensive. I look at it many times.
I just use the female one. It's the same shit.
Yeah, but you have to buy the one without fragrance.
Not buying a female product.
Yeah.
Ridiculous lah.
Seriously.
I think as a man, if you have issues buying women products, then you have issues with your own masculinity lah.
They do.
Right?
So you see, one of the biggest things that they use, okay, for men, okay, is they exploit the concept of ego. This macho shit stuff lah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why all the things in dark blue, right? All the guys in water.
Yeah.
A man will never be caught buying a pink product, okay.
Yes.
It depends on what.
So the thing is, for women, their target for them to look good and look that. For men, their target at ego is always about the ego.
Yeah. Then it's always about the sharp jawline, look fresh, feel clean, that kind of thing. Then it's
You
not
realize
like
all the male models have a certain look, right?
Yes, and okay, not just about if you're talking about facial wash, right? Even the advertisement, the splash water, female splash water is just like, it's like so gentle. Guys splash water is like, then they take the head and then the water. Then they always turn back, look at the camera, feel fresh, feel clean, or whatever. Yeah, so that's different. Okay, maybe we should talk about how to avoid falling into the trap of consumerism.
Yeah, let's go back to that buy now, pay later thing. I actually, personally, I know there are some people that are not comfortable using that, but I think there's a lot of young people who are actually comfortable to do that, and I have no qualms about people going for that because it's the same as credit cards. Last time I do have friends who actually killed all their credit cards because it got them into trouble, so they don't have a credit card, which I felt it is not the right way to do because credit cards do come with a lot of benefits, and it allows you to buy certain things. As long as you know how to manage them. I mean, imagine if you okay, let's say if you have let's not talk about buy now, pay later. Let's talk about credit cards first. If let's say you are setting up a new business, let's say you just set up a new business and suddenly you find yourself, you need to be portable. You decide to buy a new laptop, or you need to buy a tablet, and then you decided that you need to upgrade your phone because you have a new business that you're going on, and you need some of these things to get your business running because you need to be mobile. And if you don't have a credit card, you got to pay off cash. And let's say you have limited cash with you, then you're like, okay, maybe this month I'll just buy the laptop first. Then next month I'll buy the mobile phone, or I'll buy the mobile phone first. So you can't get through some of these required equipment in one go. But if you have a credit card, you actually can pay by credits. And when I say pay credit, it don't necessarily mean you have to pay interest, but sometimes you get lower interest. But if you can pay by installment, interest-free, then you can buy a few of these in one go, and you're ready to go with your whatever venture that you're doing. So there's some benefit in that. Now, if we translate this buy now, pay later, it's the same concept. It allows you to buy a few things that you need in one go. Otherwise, if you have limited cash, you say, I can only buy this, then I can't go for the other stuff. I mean, let's say you want to do
Yeah. So
especially
so
for
okay,
women.
what you know is trying to say, what you know is trying to say is what you spend the available money on. Okay. So
Yeah.
credit gives us access to cash. Okay, and access to more cash than we might currently have. Okay, and then is what we do with this cash. Okay, so it could go to and it could become an expense item, meaning it never come back.
Mm.
Okay, in the example that Chuno gave, okay, the items are purchased or are acquired to be able to generate income. Okay,
Mm.
example of a business. Okay,
Mm.
so it's how this access to cash is utilized. Okay, buying an expense item which goes away forever, and then after that you need to pay interest on the money that you have spent, or buying an item which you will generate money, and even if you need to pay interest because you can't pay it off in full, okay, that income that's coming in, okay, will offset that whatever interest that you pay because it is not an expense item; it's an income generating
Mm.
item.
Yeah.
Okay, and the difference.
So I just want to add on now. Buy now, pay later has a lower credit limit. Okay, maybe up to a few $100s. And then it's like, wow, so much you actually cannot buy all these things, set up a business. Yeah, it's true. But let's say it is a person that's looking for a new job, they don't have a job yet, is looking for a new job, and then go for an interview, and you need to get some fresh clothes, and you you have to do a makeover so that you look presentable. This is where you spend the money on, because this is necessary for you to nail that job. You can don't spend this money, or you can just say, I have only this amount, I'll just spend on the mascara, and then I don't buy a better clothes. Then you go there in some horrible looking thing, then you
But I got very
can.
nice eyes.
so so sometimes it helps you along in some of these things. Then after that you get a job, and so you will pay you back. So it is like Douglas said, it's what you spend on. And if you're going to spend on things like just because it allows you to pay in advance and pay in installment, you just freely go and spend. I like that new dress, this latest fashion, I'll buy fast fashion. Okay, it's only fast fashion. You know how fast fashion works? 2-3 months it's not fashionable already. So before you even finish paying your installment, it's no longer fashionable. Fast fashion, you keep going and going and going. So you keep if you keep spending money on that, yeah, then are you just watching me talking?
Are you on the fast route to economy hell? I think that's what you are doing. Fast route to fashion. And I realize that these things like they are fast, right? Fast fashion, fast whatever. They are usually even fast furniture, like the cheaper furniture that.
I've not heard of the word fast fashion before. What is fast furniture?
Okay, fast fashion basically
Yes!
I've been
What have you
hearing.
been?
that is not meant to last. Like fast
Okay,
fashion,
wait, give her a
would be-
brand that's no longer around.
Cannot lah. Okay. There are some fast fashion will be things like, for example, this is not a
I'll tell
blanket
you.
statement. So there are some things, some clothing that is very cheap, maybe $5-10 only, but it's a bit, maybe the material is not as thick. It doesn't hold its shape so well after maybe 3 to 5 washes. Then that's fast fashion. So
I
maybe
can tell you one brand, Forever 21.
Forever
It's no longer
21,
around.
the quality actually is a lot better than some of the other
Yeah,
brands that
but they
I
are
know
in the category of fast fashion. They are in the
okay.
category of fast
But
fashion.
they're considered good fast fashion. There is like the
Yeah.
crap fast fashion. If you are interested to know the brand, please DM me. Their clothes are very cheap, like maybe $5-10, but it's like a hit and miss lah. It's like going to a garage sale. You may get something nice, or you may get something shit. So, yeah. So that's fast fashion. So meaning that you maybe after 2-3 months or something, they will come out with latest style, new season, new clothes. And the marketing will always be, if you are still wearing last season's clothes, then you are out of trend. Even if the clothes are still usable.
Wearable.
So that's fast fashion, yeah. Then fast furniture, I think we all know what brand I'm talking about. I don't think. Okay, I'm talking about IKEA. I don't think they purposely brand themselves fast fashion, but furniture that was made maybe our parents' days, they were meant to last for decades. 30, 40, 50 years, generations after generations were
But
meant
it's
to
not
use.
only IKEA now, It's
Yeah, there are many others.
a lot of products are not built to last now, and
Yeah.
I think it's really the businesses who have realized the folly of their ways in making things last too long, because people don't buy again. Really, right? If you're a business and you make a product that lasts 50 years, that means that customer only buys from you once.
So apparently, I read this interesting article online about this particular oven. It's a German brand. And then the first generation of the oven was so good that it could last like 20, 30, 40 years without spoiling at all, right? And then after 10 years, they realized that, like what Douglas said, they have realized the folly of their ways. And then they designed a generation 2, similar looking, but like now update the look, whatever lah. So generation 2, and the generation 2 have a very similar problem. Nothing else spoils except for the LED screen that shows the timer of the oven. So you die, have to bring that in to replace. So that's recurring income for the company.
That's so evil.
Yeah. And now I
That's
think they are on
true.
Gen
That's
3
true.
or Gen 4, but the most sought after oven that they have is still Gen 1 because people has realized that it does not spoil.
It is not evil, It is business sense.
It is economics.
It is
economies.
Economics.
Yes, economics.
I mean, if you think of the thing that everybody has with us all the time.
So it depends on which side of the coin I'm looking at. So if I'm the investor in that company, okay, I'll say it's very good business sense. But if I'm the consumer of the product, then it's not good for me, ma.
What do we have that everybody has nowadays? All the middle income people. The what?
Credit card?
The one you talk into, you listen and you talk into. They have
People also got handphone, okay?
Yeah. Even the lower income nowadays have it. They have almost everybody has it, and they upgrade every year. They come up with a model every year.
So that's different. That's also different because of the rapid change in technology.
Yeah.
Okay, which really creates product obsolescence very quickly. Okay, but if you look at other white goods, okay, that actually don't change so much, like a microwave oven. If you look at a basic microwave oven, the functions don't change. Or even you look at a normal convection oven, it's got a heating element, it's got a fan. Okay, it doesn't change a lot. Okay, it should actually last a lot longer. Okay, but they don't anymore. Yeah.
So anyway, really, I think this buy now pay later thing, I think is a good thing. It offers another solution for people it's an option for people to buy things that they need and then pay over installment so that they still have some cash around. So it's not a bad thing. So ultimately it's how the person is going to manage the money.
It's a tool. It's really, I mean, all these things are just tools. Okay, and it can be, and it really depends on who's using the tool. Okay, if you know how to use it properly, okay, it can create, it can be advantageous, okay, and help you move forward. Okay, but for people who don't know how to use the tool, okay, or who have little awareness about how to use the tool or what the tool or how it works, okay, that can also set them back. Okay, so it cuts both ways.
And that's what the article that we talked about earlier at the beginning of the show was worried about. The Singapore de facto central bank, which is MAS, is worried about young people may not be able to manage the money, we are not financially savvy, they may overspend. That's what they're worried about,
Yeah, so
especially now.
the point is not to get rid of the tool. The point is to educate people.
Educate. Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Education is
so.
key. And financial education, okay, I don't know whether it exists now in schools, okay, but financial education did not exist in when I was growing up in school. Okay, and there's
It
good
still
reason for
doesn't.
that.
It still
Yeah. So
doesn't.
there's good reason for that. And I mean we can have another time when we talk about this. Okay, because that is not the intent of school to educate, to financially educate people. The intent of school or the education system, or the formal education system, is to churn out a workforce by giving them a set of skills to do work. Okay, and not to
Yeah.
make them financially intelligent.
So to do work
That's
so they
going
can
to be a
generate
huge
income and become a consumer.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge can of worms. Okay, we can
Yeah.
think about when we are fortified enough to do that topic. Like when we are all like feeling okay, all right, this is the night, then we will do that topic. It's a huge can of worms. But I agree. But I also think that a lot of parents nowadays are a lot more financially savvy. So they have realized the importance of, because last time my parents' generation is all about being academically inclined, right? So whatever the school teachers, they will reinforce as syllabus. But I think now a lot more parents are a lot more financially savvy. So even if the school don't teach it, the parents will in some way or another. So
I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. I'm actually not sure if that's the case. It may be
Or is it
true.
the people I'm mixing around with?
Yeah, it may be true because of the people of the environment that we are in and the people that we interact with. Okay, who've had exposure to certain elements which give them this ability of
Reality.
yeah. Okay, but I dare not say that it's generally true across the board, because for a lot of from what I see, for a lot of people, parents, okay, it is still about the academics and getting a good piece of paper, regardless of whatever it is. And even among some of the people we know.
Yeah, I know, and it's very. No, my face. I made that face earlier, like the face was because it's a bit hard for me to even imagine now. But then, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I was probably one of those people. So it's very weird. Like I cannot even recall what it was like when I was like that. So okay, never mind. So another topic.
Yeah, but I just want to add, but even if they are more so-called financially savvy and they will just, it's difficult to teach the kids about money management, so they will actually instill in them very basic and very straightforward concept like debt is bad. Never be in debt. Okay, don't spend on money you don't have. Credit, okay, don't spend on credit. Credit is bad too. It can get you into trouble. So I mean, they will give them very one-track stuff, and then so they don't get to debt, and at the same time they don't spend on credit. So they are just like, okay, and then you have money though, just put in the bank, and save.
Yeah, but I think sometimes
So-
we also unconsciously pass on some of the conditioning that we got from our parents,
Yeah.
which are no longer applicable in our current economy. And it's for me, the hardest part is fighting that conditioning. Because, here you're like, oh, this makes sense. But inside there's like, no, you shouldn't do that. It's bad. And you don't even know why it's bad, you just feel it's bad. Okay, yeah.
It's a lot of programming. So it's just overcoming that programming.
Yeah. It's a constant practice, I think, at the end of the day.
Okay.
Is it just me or is Douglas like frozen? His image is frozen.
Yeah, Douglas has been, I don't know, I think I've always seen Douglas' screen a little bit out of sync.
Laggy,
I don't know
a bit
whether-
laggy, right?
Yeah,
it's not-
laggy for most of the time.
It would be my connection.
Yeah, but
and
now
your face is
he just
blurred.
frozen for a long time. Now it's pixelated, but okay already. I think it's your connection.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So are we doing last words?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Last words. Who wants to go? Chilo, Douglas, me?
Okay, so for me really is having access to knowledge, skills, and tools. It's always that. It's always that for me, and really, it cuts both ways. Okay, and the most important thing is knowing how recognizing it for what it is, and then making the strategies work for us rather than against us. And in this case, okay, this whole thing about consumerism, which side of consumerism we want to be on. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go next. This buy now, pay later is no different from a credit card. So it is a tool. It is a form of resource to cash. So the problem is not with the tool. It is more on how the person is going to manage the money. So it's the personal financial management that is key, which it depends on the financial education that the person put himself through to understand how money works that will benefit the person. It's nothing to do with the tool. So I think parents, the central bank is going to worry about it, but it is a resource that can be tapped on, but it is a matter of educating the public. That's where the key is. Yeah, that's my last word.
Okay, then I guess it's time for mine. I agree that a buy now pay later, as with any other financial loan, credit, etc., is actually a tool. And if you know it well enough, you will use it to your advantage. If you don't, it will work against you. So that one, I think Shun and Douglas has said before already. But I will talk a little bit about, because I probably fall into the middle class category, apparently, that everybody is making money off of. So to not fall into the trap of mindless consumerism, what I do is I just ask myself if I really need something. And if I do, so by need, I mean that the value I'm getting out of it, whether it's emotional happiness, like cleaning the house, whatever, that kind of thing, it's worth more than whatever money that I pay for it. If the value is more, then that's something I'll consider going for, or it's going to be an income generating tool. These are the two things that I look for when I spend. So yeah, that is to help us middle class peoples to not fall into the consumerism trap. You don't have to buy everything that you want. And this is very horrible, but you do not deserve everything that you want. No. Just like I tell myself late at night, I do not deserve the cheesecake in the fridge. Okay. But that's me. Okay, that's my last words. Rachel.
Okay, for me, well, I guess I'm not the big fan of buy now, pay later, just simply because I don't like to delay my payments, or rather, I don't like to buy something, use it for 3 months, and find that, oh my God, I'm still paying for that thing that I bought a few months back. I've tried a few times and I cannot take it. So, and I know myself well, since I cannot take it, I will not use it. So end of the day, it's different for everyone. So just find out what works for you. And if you can use it to your advantage, use it. If not, then just don't do it.
Yeah, like what Rachel did. If it gives us 20%, yeah, just take advantage of it and then delete the app.
Yes, uninstall it after that. Yes.
I think it's worth it. Yeah. It's worth it. Not you're worth it. Yeah, different thing. Okay, I guess that's it for our last words. Did I just... Okay, this is a bit... no. Did I play the outro music just now as the intro?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't
We
remember
weren't
which
here
one is
yet. we were not in the room.
No,
We were
you're
not in the
listening.
room.
You're not listening. All these horrible people that I have on the show.
But we weren't in the room.
Oh no, yeah, I think I played the outro music as intro music, but it's okay. It's a nice song, so we all can listen to it again. Okay, so we will see you guys 2 weeks later. If you have something you wanted to talk about, please leave it in the comments or whatever. Just post something on the page. Okay. All right. See you guys 2 weeks later.
See you.